we are live.
Good.
Yeah, I'm here with Christy, and we are going to talk today all about deficiencies, vitamins, minerals in perimenopause, and the scan that she uses to help identify exactly what we need to take so that we can get max benefits. And I'm going to also put this going live into our group. So, do you want to say a few things about yourself, Christy, just to introduce yourself to us?
Sure, absolutely. Well, in the last couple days, I lost my voice, so it's coming back, so don't mind me. I've been in the holistic industry for about 16 years. I got my holistic nutrition diploma, I think it was in 2012. No, sorry, 2012. So that was good. And then I moved on and I got my practitioner's license as well. And I started practicing holistic medicine, finding, things that were alternative to big pharma. And I just kept moving forward. So I dabbled in a few things, and once I found this biometric scanner, it was absolutely over the top from what I've actually seen before. So it was just ideal to bring it into my practice and start using it, which is how I met Eileen and brought it into her clinic as well. So, and now, of course, I've met you. So, yeah, it's definitely good for connections, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I was really excited about the idea because I did a little live this morning, and I when I was first starting to have really troubling perimenopause symptoms, uh, deficiencies, vitamin and mineral deficiencies came up pretty quickly, but I feel like a lot of what I did was just experimenting.
Yeah,
Maybe I need more vitamin D. I don't know. So, I had the hormone nurse come in. So, anyone who hasn't watched that, that's in the School of Perimenopause. Watch the hormone nurse because she'll talk about what these vitamin deficiencies actually do in the long run with us going through perimenopause if we don't supplement them, um, and give you a better idea of what exactly and how that works. And that's all at the free level. But I had her on, she was my first guest, and the two things that stood out were vitamin D and magnesium. Now, you probably can't take too much vitamin D, really. We're in Canada, we don't get enough sun anyway. Most of us need vitamin D. I was already supplement with vitamin D, but I wasn't taking very much. So I increased the amount of vitamin D, and I couldn't believe it made a huge difference. It was a tremendous difference in the amount of energy and the way I was dealing with stress and sleep. I just went on from there, and I have a select group of supplements that I use, and I do a rotation, so I'm not taking anything too much except for the magnesium and the vitamin D. I take those guys all the time. But I was really excited by this idea that you can get some feedback from the body of what we might be deficient in.
absolutely. And I kind of started that way too, especially starting perimenopause. I had a hysterectomy 2 months ago, exactly, actually, today. And because I was having such problems, absolutely ridiculous. And I didn't know anything either. My doctor kept saying, try this, try that, this might work, and nothing was working. So when I had scanned myself last year, April 1st, and got kind of a baseline of where I was, now I can scan myself every 30 days or whenever I want, really, but every 30 days kind of means something and see the progress that I've made, and I feel incredible from what it was before. So I am over the top with everything that has been working. And I don't supplement with many things either, just the adaptogenics that we have here. So that's the only kind of supplements that I use, but they're targeted specifically for each individual's body. And our scanner kind of tells you what you need. So that's beneficial as well.
Yeah, and I really like that because it's the one of the issues that comes up, I think, in perimenopause and menopause is that people want the thing, right? First you do this and then you do this, and then I've done a lot of podcasts now, and I had one host say, okay, well, tell me like how it starts, as if everybody has the same thing, and we really don't. Although a
No.
lot of us do have increased anxiety, not everybody does, right? A lot of us have heavy periods or trouble with that, and not everybody does, right? So there's
Yeah.
no real if this then that. And even when I was looking into like the symptoms and trying to figure out, is it high estrogen dominance, not enough progesterone, or is there too much progesterone and not enough estrogen, or like what and it's hard because a lot of those symptoms go on both sides.
Yeah,
Gender breast could be
absolutely.
estrogen, it could be progesterone. So there's a lot of hit and miss, which is frustrating, right? If you're not feeling well and you spend money on a supplement and it just doesn't seem to do anything, or even worse, it makes you feel,
Worse.
yeah,
Yeah.
then that's one of the things that I have really had to deal with. A lot of people who decide to try hormone replacement therapy. I'm not for or against that, just to be clear. I use some select prescriptions myself, and it's an individual basis. But then they're shocked and dismayed that it didn't actually fix everything,
Yeah.
right? And I kind of look at it like, if you needed more magnesium, say, and you start taking progesterone, that's not going to address your magnesium.
No.
Yeah. So that's something to keep in mind. It's another tool in your toolbox. So I wanted to see, like, is this scanner something that you have to stand on? Like, is it an in-body scan kind of thing where they're looking at the whole composition? That's it.
This is what it looks like. So you actually put it on your finger. So this is the box. It's super light, comes in a little carrying case, and you put it on your finger and it tests the frequency in your body. I can actually show you a demo if you want. I can test myself right now. And then you can see kind of what's going on.
Yeah. Have you tested, just out of curiosity? You don't have to tell me, but have you tested since you finished your surgery and started, recuperating?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tested, I think it was like 33 days or something after my surgery. And it actually has helped me so much because having all of that stuff that was going wrong with me for the last 8 years that I didn't know what was happening. And now having that corrected per se, and nothing's ever corrected, but improved, it's definitely showing on the scan, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, like, I'm also in holistic health, right? I'm a yoga therapist, and I've been coaching, and I mindfulness based stress reduction teacher, and um, you know, I'm glad to hear you say that in some ways, because one of the things I don't like about holistic mindset can be throw all the medicine in the garbage. And like for me, I had endometriosis, so I've done a lot of work with, like I said, some select supplementation and my diet and my exercise and my mindset and my stress reduction and trying to stay healthy as I can. But endometriosis, that stuff growing outside of the uterus that shouldn't be there, so it's bleeding inside your abdominal cavity. Like there's no supplement that's going to help you directly with that. That's something that's gone wrong with the biology, and I had the surgery for that in January 2 years ago. Not really sure how it would help, like how much it would help. And it was very painful recovery wise for the first while. But I have to say, like, yeah, it worked. Totally worth it. I would do it
100%.
again.
Me too, 100%. I
Yeah.
actually ruptured after my hysterectomy. So I ended up having to go back and have other things done, but I'd still do it again. So, because now, after it's only been 2 months, and I feel 9,000% better than I did 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So it's crazy the
Yeah.
difference that it makes. And just because you are holistic doesn't mean there isn't a place for doctors per se, like traditional doctors, because if you break something, you can get it reset. If you get hit by a bus per se, you got to go there. Like there's certain places for certain things. I try and steer away from going to, the hospitals and stuff like that unless I have to. But for something like this, there was no other option for me. I either bled to death or I went there. So it was an emergency, got her done, and now I'm fine. So I'm happy I
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you're losing uh, blood, no wonder you're ending up having trouble with deficiencies. And then if you're trying to replace those deficiencies, but you're still bleeding, like and some of the stories from women on that topic. This is the one thing that I also like to address. Don't leave it. if you're bleeding like that. And you go
Yep.
to the doctor and they say, oh, well, that can happen. Go back again the next week. Go back again the next week. Just keep going back until they take you seriously and see what they can do to help you and get you in with the surgeon. Because I think I was a nice girl. I was a nice girl. I am a kind woman, but I was nice, right? And I would go, oh, well, whatever, it's not that bad. I had a lot of pain. I didn't have a lot of, you know, loss of iron, right? I didn't get iron deficient and all of those things. But still putting up with it, even for as long as I did, I waited 2 years for a referral to go through that didn't go through. And if I'd been more proactive about that and asking again and seeing what was going on, that wouldn't have happened. My referral got lost. So make sure you don't leave that one. That's the one symptom. A lot of them you can just kind of wait and see how it plays out. But yeah,
Not all, not those ones, definitely.
no, no. I had one woman say, I've been bleeding for 28 days. How long is too much? And I was like, well, if you're usually 7 days and you're 14, that's twice as much.
Yep.
Twice as much is way too much. So 28,
Exactly.
yeah. Okay. So we are in agreement about that. Everybody get checked out. Don't be dismissed, right? Just keep going back.
Yep.
Let's see what we've got for your scan. So is it kind of like when they take is it your pulse and your oxygenation? Is it just a little clip on your finger?
Yeah, it's just a clip on your finger here, but it actually is based on frequency. So it took them a long time to put all the frequency into this little box so that they had all the measurements and programming for each individual body because it's all different. No matter, like if I was to scan you and scan me, we would be completely different on our scans. So it's personalized for each individual body, which is super cool. Pardon me. I haven't talked this much yet since I lost my voice. But yeah, so it's really cool. It goes in and it pings off all the organs and nerves and everything in the body, and then generates this report, which is 120 plus pages. So, and we go over 45 different functions in the body that this has detected any imbalances with. So it's pretty cool that way.
Nice. And did Eileen create like a coupon code or something for people so they can come and get the scan done if they're in Calgary or?
If all she has to do is if they do want to come get it done, they can just say that they heard about it on this podcast and she will give them the discount.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, if
That's
she was
easy,
able to
right?
be on here, she would have had the code, but unfortunately, she had something else that came up, so
Life happens, right? I mean,
it does.
she's
There's
run a
nothing we
clinic,
can do about
have a
that.
family. Like, what are you going to do?
Absolutely. So I'll share my screen here, and then I'll show you kind of what it does, and then I'll show you the side-by-side comparison on what it looks like after the fact.
Okay.
So I'm just sticking this on my finger here. So I have to, oh, I don't know how to get rid of this now. Hmm. Well, we'll try and go underneath. There's a line at the top, so I'm not 100% sure what that is for Zoom, but that's okay. So this is me. So I'm on me now. So I go to testing at the top. Oh, there it went away. Good. Okay, so you guys can see this, right?
Mm-hmm. A little lady.
Okay, so it's on my finger. We always have to make sure we put our hand on our lap when this is happening, and it'll show our pulse. I don't know if you can see that, and our oxygen level on here.
Right.
Then we just hit start and it only takes 60 seconds. So it doesn't take a long time and it'll show you as it's testing what it's testing. So right now it's testing my heart. It's going to go into my lungs, my pancreas, my kidneys, my gallbladder, my stomach, my mineral imbalances, my bones, brain, all of it. And then I'll show you how it generates the report. We'll go over a couple key points and then I'll show you the side-by-side comparison of what I was a year ago. Well, almost a year ago because April was when our first scan was, but close enough, 6 months ago-ish, to now. And it's insane different. Like, and just the way you feel, but being able to actually see it is a massive difference because
Mm-hmm.
otherwise you're just guessing. And we all do that. We're like, oh, this I feel a little bit better, but that might not be absorbing the way that it should. This way, you can actually test people and see if the supplements they're taking are working. So, or medications or whatever it is. So, test them, see where they're at. start them on whatever it is that you want to start them on, test them again in 30 to 60 days, and you'll see the actual difference. So, and in 15 seconds, you guys will see that's how quick it is. So it's pretty awesome that it can go that fast because people won't want to sit around for, 4 or 5 hours in a doctor's office. But when you can do this in 60 seconds and give them a report immediately, they like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, three
And
more
so
seconds is
the
good.
report, is it kind of like going by organ systems or?
It's going through everything. So it'll
Wow.
generate here and then I'll show you kind of what it goes. We start with cardiovascular and cerebrovascular always. So that just is kind of a baseline. And then we go down from there. Next, I believe, is gastro. So we go over your stomach issues, anything like that, your large intestine, small intestine, all that kind of stuff. And so this will show what's coming up here. Our internet's terrible because both my kids are homesick. So, of course, they're on the internet. And this just says I'm not treating you, diagnosing you, or curing you with anything. I'm just giving you a wellness scan. We always have to say that to our clients, anyways, but since I'm testing myself, I already know that, so I don't need to read it in full. So,
But it's good to know, right? Like if this isn't a
yeah,
diagnostic tool, you're not going to, take supplements instead of going to the doctor if you can't see out of
exactly.
your left eye.
Oh, 100%. So this is, yeah, exactly, right? So this is the cardiovascular and cerebrovascular. So mine has improved immensely. So green is good. We love green. Blue is it could just be a little bit off for today. Yellow is you definitely should have a look at that, and red is bad. So I don't have any on here. This is just today's report though. So on the left-hand side is low, on the right-hand side is high. This is the normal ranges for my body, and this is what my body is. Then this is all the scientific numbers. Some people like that. I do not. And then you go down and you look at all the boxes, and this will explain it. So you can kind of give this to any client. It doesn't have to be someone who knows anything about medical stuff because it explains every single thing to them. So, and then of course you get the report and it's about 120 pages.
Wow.
So gastro as well. So my tummy, I had pizza yesterday, which never agrees with me, but I didn't really care because I wanted pizza. So my gastro is not the best today, and that's just the way it is. So it goes over all of these things all the way down. So liver, kidney, pancreas, all the stuff I was talking about, thyroids, and hormones. So this is huge for women. So this was really messed up when I first got my scan because my hormones were all over the place, and now I'm all in the green. So it actually has worked out quite well. So I will just get out of here. We'll go back to the dossier and just pick a random one from here and show you the comparative. So as you can see on here, this is no, yeah, this is today's. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. And this was from November of last year. So you can see all the differences. There, I was in the red for my gallbladder before, and I'm not in the, I don't have anything for my gallbladder now, which is awesome. I had all of these different deficiencies that were kind of showing up, and I didn't know what was going on. So now you can look down and see all the improvements that have happened side by side. It's better when you kind of print them out,
Yeah.
but side by side when you're looking at them on what is going on. So it's, yeah, I am over the moon with what things have improved on my levels for sure, especially hormones and stuff like that. So yeah, I can, oops, now how am I going to get out of here? I have to move this. There we go.
So are you taking any hormones, supplementing with hormones at all?
I am not. I've chose not to do anything that isn't natural right now. So obviously, if I hurt myself again, I'm going to go to the doctor. But if it's not natural, then no, I'm not taking anything right now for stuff like that. So
Yeah, I'm in a weird spot because I have had that endometriosis, and estrogen feeds endometriosis, and there is conflicting evidence as far as safety of taking estrogen, and that's not really, that doesn't float my boat at this point, right? Especially because my symptom management with all of the diet, exercise, lifestyle, supplementation that I am doing, and the little bit of prescriptions that I'm on seems to have, like, it seems to be doing enough right now. I would like to hit my 1 year mark of no period, and I'm 4 months in. So
good.
I think once
That's
I get to
awesome.
that 1 year, then I'll reassess because honestly, the cardiovascular disease runs in my family very strongly, and the bone density. I already have some osteoporosis, so the estrogen could help with those two things. But I really feel like, going slow and steady is the best way to do it.
It
And
is.
if you're introducing something before, I really feel like if you introduce something before you feel ready, then you're, going to be hyper vigilant about every sensation. Oh my God, what was that? And what is that from? It's going to make you way more anxious.
Yeah,
So for now, I'm comfortable. People think that's surprising too because I run this group, but I really feel like as women, we need to respect each other's decisions and decide, what you want to do with your body or not do with your body. And obviously, there are a lot of options. So how can people get in touch with you? If are you in the CPMS group? I think we put you in there.
I don't think you've added me yet, but you
Okay,
should.
I'll send you because you're on Facebook, right?
I am. Yeah,
Okay, so I'll send you an invitation for that, and then
sure.
what I'll do is when I have the video uploaded, I'll tag you on it so that people can
Sure.
ask questions if they have questions specifically about um,
Yeah, absolutely. And
hair.
hormone stuff, like I don't recommend things usually, but just based on what you and I are talking about, anyone, I don't know if you can see that, but Latte Cafe has 10 functional mushrooms in it. So if anybody is having, say, severe discomfort during menopause, perimenopause, anything like that, this really helps relieve it. If you combine it with, say, a Love Cafe, like the one that we have, or any other one, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be ours, but it will it kind of tones down the discomfort when you're either having your period or you're getting those cramps, even though your periods have stopped, that sort of thing, because your hormones are still out of whack. They're still waiting for that period. So it kind of tones it down a little bit to tell your body it's okay. Chill out on chill out now. We're gonna, let this work itself out. So it helped me tremendously until I was able to get that hysterectomy. So now I have almost all my friends on it because we're all about the same age, so we're all
Yeah,
going through the same stuff. So it
yeah.
works out quite well.
Yeah, and just to clarify, I had a fight once with a lady in my group about mushrooms, and it was 100% a misunderstanding because I thought she was talking about, like, magic mushrooms, right? Like
Oh
hallucinogenic
no.
mushrooms. This is
Yes.
not the same thing. This is
No, no, this is functional
adaptogen
mushrooms.
mushrooms. Yeah, they don't get you high. You're
No,
not
no,
going to
no.
see things. You're not impaired in any way. There's no problem with addiction. You don't have to be supervised to take it. The one thing I
Oh,
would say about the mushrooms, just to be careful, is like make sure that, well, actually, with anything you add in, make sure that you're starting from a clean base, right? So don't
yes.
start a prescription and also a supplement and also change your diet and also join a gym. Like, because you won't
It's
know
too much.
what's working and not working. If you start a prescription, give yourself at least that 3 weeks on that prescription so you can see if there's something going on. And then, I say fill out the symptoms list. I have a detailed symptoms list that has everything on there. So you'll see, is it making something worse? You'll see it'll be worse than it was 3 weeks ago. And then you're safe to add something else in. Otherwise, you end up with the weird symptoms, say like you develop a migraine headaches or, swelling, and you just won't know which one it is from. And I have had most of the mushrooms I seem to be okay with, but I have had reaction to some.
Yeah.
So, just adding them in
But
slowly,
always be
carefully, one at
careful.
a time. Take your
Yeah.
time. It's no rush. You don't have to start with like one of my clients was really reluctant to start anything, so we would work with like half.
Yeah.
Start with half. You don't
Absolutely.
have to take the whole thing, right? And
No.
then work your way up from there. And it's slow and steady is always better than just. Also, you'll burn yourself out. I think like if you
Yeah.
join the gym and start a new whatever fitness routine and also spend a lot of money on stuff and then not know what's helping and what's not helping. So
Exactly. That's why you gotta come get scanned and then you can
yeah,
find out what's wrong.
the scan is
So
really it's a very exciting idea because then instead of just guessing, well, I have stomach upset, is it because I have too much acid or because I have too little acid?
yeah,
you know
it's really cool that way because it can explain all of that to you in detail. So it's really nice to know.
yeah, that's super. Okay, well,
Absolutely.
thank you so much for coming and sharing that. I
You're
think it's a
welcome.
beautiful thing, and I'm thinking I'm excited to go, and I'm not that far away. I should come down to eye care and do the scan myself, and
Absolutely,
I'll
100%.
share a bunch of photos. Of, like I'm pretty active on social media, so can do all that stuff for you guys. Okay, so the only way I know how to end this call is to just like end the meeting, so it'll be suddenly cut off. But I'll email you everything and make sure that everything's set up as we talked about before, and send my best to Eileen. And we'll
You
talk
bet.
again soon, Christy.
All right. Thanks so
Have a good
much. We'll
day.
talk to you soon.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.